So now you're probably wondering, like, yeah, the Darth Vader's TIE Advanced tutorial is over, so why am I seeing what it looks like a TIE fighter here? I'm going to give you a tutorial on how to make your own, just custom, or if you want to make a custom TIE fighter of your own, this is the base template I use for pretty much every single TIE fighter I've ever made, well, minus the, well, actually, I used the, where is it? I used the base template and modified it to make the TIE Defender, which then I used the template of the TIE Defender to make my custom TIE E1 TIE Exeter, which is by far my favorite custom TIE that I've ever made, and it's probably the most overpowered one. So I'm just gonna run you through the basics on how to make the actual, or make a custom TIE fighter of your own. So it's very simple. So what you have here, you have a 2x2 wedge, then in the middle you got a 2x2x2 block, 2x2 wedge. On the end, this is the wing mounting point. Then on the front you got these two rounded wedge 2x1s, and on the back you got the same thing, with on the top one you got a tail light V2, and boom, that is one of the wing mounting points, so you can just slap that onto the side if you really want. You know what, honestly, if you want to, once this tutorial's done, just fly it around like this. Because once this tutorial's done, that you can pretty much just do that if you really wanted to, and it would probably actually be the most maneuverable of the TIE fighters that I've made. But anyway, continuing with the little tutorial, this is for the people on Xbox because I know I actually, it sucks that the galleries aren't linked. So I'm doing this as, just so for the people who are on Xbox and actually can't get my builds, even though I've uploaded them on the PlayStation gallery and they don't count towards any of the other galleries, which sucks to say the least. So yeah, this is the outer side of the cockpit. So we have let's go from top to bottom. So we got wedge corner 2x2x1, then we got a 1x2 wedge, then we got a block 1x2, then we got a wedge corner, the same thing on the front, but rotated. Big difference. Then we got then you pretty much want to do the same thing all around. Just do that, make it look like that. It's the same thing all around, except this 2x2 thing in the center, that's a gyro. That makes your up and down happen. Then you're going to take that when you're done and you're going to copy it over to the other side. Very easy. Now let's break down the back half. So this is even easier. So what you got here is literally the exact same thing, just minus those 1x2 wedges and the 1x2 blocks. And instead you replace those with 2x2 wedges and you do the same thing around, and there's a gyro in the middle as per usual. Then you put a front grille on the back for that nice little TIE Fighter exhaust. Even though, well, actually I'm not sure what those are supposed to be, but, we'll figure it out. Then, if you really want to, since the TIE Advanced X1 or Darth Vader's TIE Fighter video came out, you can just take the glass off of that one, slap it on this one. So yeah, it's literally the same thing as the rear, except copied onto the front, and it's clear with decals. And if you want to know how to do the decals for the windscreen, go to the fourth part of the TIE Advanced X1 tutorial, or Darth Vader's TIE Advanced. So yeah, that is the windshield. Now we can... Oh, right, if you want to know how to do the guns on the bottom, well, you already do know, because if you go to the the Darth Vader's TIE Advanced video, I already explained how to do this. It is the exact same, well, minus the panels. I actually haven't updated this template in a while, but I'll just do some quick little touch-ups. Actually, no, keep those there for aerodynamic reasons. So, pretty much same thing on the back, just minus the gyro. You put pistons right there, you put a 1x2 block right there, then on the bottom you place 2x2 panel, rounded things on the front, then you got a 1x4 panel, then you put blasters on either side, Then the control schemes, you want this to be set to 1.5 or 0.15. Then you want to set this to 0.05. Then you want this 0.3. Then same thing for the other one. Same thing, just no delay on it. No delay. Boom, done. We don't need this anymore. Actually, I'll give you one last look at it. Okay, your time to look was done. You should have paused. Anyway, moving up. Now we have the cockpit, which if you watch the Darth Vader's TIE Advance, it's not too different. It's honestly not even different at all, if I'm going to be honest. You have Space Toaster, or you got the same thing as that you did on the back, you're going to do on the top. Except on the top, you're going to have this yaw gyro. Actually, no, it's the same thing you did on the back, just rotated to the top. So yeah, that's going to be for your yaw. Then you're going to, you know, inverted corner, put a black decal on the front. Do pretty much whatever you did for the cockpit on the Darth Vader TIE Fighter, do for this one. Because it's literally the same. It is actually the same. Except that there's more thrusters crammed into the cockpit, as you can see. So yeah, I'll get to that, but yeah, so 2x2x2, 2x2, space thruster, 2x2x2, moving down, and yeah, pretty self-explanatory. Panel 1x2, XOR logic gate, which is completely optional, but put it there just so there isn't any aerodynamic drag. Panel 1x2, panel 1x2, then we have a 2x2 I almost said 2x2 panel. There's too many panels. Block 2x2, space thruster right there, then you got a 1x2 block. Isn't that beautiful? Doesn't this all just like come together really nicely? Then take what you did on the top and copy it to the bottom, just minus the, you know, the black decals I did for the actual hatch to get into the cockpit. So, yeah, then that happened. So now now instead of the XOR and the speed sensor on the one side, then we got an altitude sensor and a gravity sensor. So yeah, you see how see this? You just copy it over to the other side and replace the sensors. Just put a nice little altitude sensor, a little gravity sensor. Doesn't that look nice? Doesn't that look nice? I think it looks nice. Anyway, yeah, do the same thing. See if I care. No, I'm only kidding. But yeah, then moving on to the center, it's pretty much the exact same. I forgot. This you can just replace with an XOR or an NOR logic gate, because that actually does important stuff. Actually, how should I rotate? Probably like that for the best. For the best results, do this. So yeah, then space thruster on the back of the seat, quantum rudder, NOR logic gate. You don't need controls on the quantum rudders. In fact, I encourage you to not use the controls. Then we have the 1x2 wedge, 1x2 panel, your go-kart seat, which is pretty standard for most of my builds. Then 4x1 wedges. Then we have 1x2 block, quantum rudder, 1x2 block, space thruster, and wedge 1x2. Yeah, that's it. That's what happened. Oh, then on the top you want to do 2 1x2 panels with the stripedy looking thing. I'll show you how to do it. So pretty much you take this thing, you see that? So you're gonna want one color to be not there. Then you're gonna take it. Then you're gonna line it up with Then you do the same thing there. Do the same thing, but there on that wedge block. So yeah, that's how you do the decal there. Just in case you were curious, just make sure you line it up. Oh, if you want to see the size for the decal, that's 0.3, and that's, wait, I should probably put these as 0.4. Maybe that'll look better. There we go. Perfect. So now that actually lines up. I'm actually going to need to go through all my TIE fighters and fix that, because that is the same on all of them. So yeah, just do that, and boom, you'll have eventually a TIE fighter. Let me just eventually. So how's your guys' week been going? It's been absolutely sweltering where I am, so, you know, but still, could be worse. Then we... Boom. Then when you're done, you'll have something that looks like this. And boom, you have a TIE fighter. Look at that. Now you can build whatever TIE fighter you want. You could build literally anything out of this. Pretty much shape it to whatever you want it to look like. For example, you could... The thing with the TIE fighter is that there's so many variants that pretty much only use the standard ball. You could make the standard TIE fighter. You could modify it to look like the TIE V1 Advanced, not the X1. The X1 and the V1 are completely different things. You could make the TIE Interceptor, which literally uses the exact same ball shape. You don't even have to modify it. Or you could modify it like I did to make the TIE Defender, kind of like this, where it's pretty much just a ball with a thing stuck out the back of it. I mean, pretty simple. Pretty simple. Or you could even just repaint it. Then you got a First Order TIE Fighter. Even though I'm not a fan of the sequel movies. I do like the paint scheme of the sequel TIE Fighters. Oh, and you can't really see the actual like lines of the cockpit. You can only see it if you like get the sun to hit on it, but wait a minute. Anyway, yeah, so that pretty much does it for this episode. I won't show off the First Order TIE Fighter because actually it is I did actually make it faster than the standard TIE Fighter, but that's besides the point. So yeah, now you have the freedom to make whatever TIE Fighter you want. So yeah, that pretty much does it for this episode. If you have any recommendations on a Star Wars build I've done in the past that you want to see me build as a tutorial that isn't my Lambda class shuttle, because that was a pain and I absolutely refuse to do a tutorial on that, so don't even try. But yeah, that just about does it for this episode, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye. Man, I need some water. It's been roasting this week. I'm telling you. I tell you what. Sorry. Goodbye.